A new document. We're going to call this the logo icon. I'll do an 8x8 document. This one does not have to have a bleed. And I'll create. So what I want to do is I want to create just a basic airplane icon. Maybe like a travel, a travel icon. I'm going to use, you don't really necessarily have to know how to draw to create shapes. So we're going to use our shape tool and what's called the shape builder tool to create an airplane icon. Okay. And so that airplane icon can be placed anywhere, like on the, on the magazine ad, like maybe right here. So that would be like, it would say Sky Magazine, and we'll have like a little airplane icon here. And the first thing I'll do is I'm going to click and hold our shape tool so that we can tear that off. And I'm going to use or select the ellipse tool. And with the ellipse tool, I'll click once on my screen. This is 8x8, so I'm going to do a 5x5 circle. So 5 inches by 5 inches. Okay, and then this is basically going to be my circle, and I'm going to, in the stroke, I'm going to select my align stroke to the outside, and I'm going to increase the point size to about maybe 15 points. Well, let's do 20. 20 is good. So I'll do 20, and I'm going to make sure that the fill is set to none. Okay. Now, in the layer palette, I'll name this circle. Okay. And what I'm going to do, this is basically the outline for my icon. And then inside that, I'm going to center a little airplane. All right, so I'll click the lock icon and create a new layer. And what I want to do is I want to create the shape of the airplane, and then I want to create the wing, and then we'll try to duplicate it and that type of thing. So I created a new layer, and this new layer is going to be called airplane. And I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm going to use really fundamental shape tools to create this airplane icon. The first shape is the rectangle tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag and create this shape like that. And using, well, first of all, I'm going to need to take this down to 10 point. And using my direct selection tool. This is the white arrow tool that does not have the plus on it. I want to click on this point. I click off the side, click right on that anchor point, and I drag that down like that.
Can you do it again?
Yep. Click right on the anchor point. There's the little shape that shows up. And drag that down like this. Click on this side. Oops. Actually, let me click back here, bring that up a little bit, and then click on this side and bring this down. And so if you do it too much, they won't be able to coincide, right? So I need to do something where I click like this so that they can kind of do it. Now, this is another way. I'm going to undo, press Command Z. The way I can go both ways is click and drag around both of those icons and then pull them both at the same time. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So I pull that at the same time. Now, this, the back of the airplane, basically, it goes a little bit skinnier, right? So I click on one point and use my right arrow to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. over here, click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And I'm probably going to have to look to find out what this back looks like. But anyway, I'll select it. And I'm just going to make my own, something like that. And then I need to do a wing. So the same thing. I'll take a box. Like that. Using my black arrow tool, I'm selecting both of these items. Now this is the cool thing. Once I select two images, I have the align tools that show up. And then what I want to do is I want to center them horizontally and center them vertically. Okay. And once I do that, now I know that they're in the center part. I get my direct selection tool again, and then I can basically pull this, right?
How did you align like the center?
So when you select them both, when I click and drag a selection around both of those, I'm going up to my alignment up at the top, and then it says align objects.
I don't have that. No, you did. Okay, I have it.
Yeah. And you have it here in the properties as well. So I'm align it to the vertical and horizontal, and then I can choose to round this, choose to round, oops. Click on that one, choose to round that, and then maybe just round this slightly and round that slightly. Okay. And basically what I want to do is I want to make this a little skinnier, but also I want to pull it downward. So I can drag a selection around this area, but the point is that I need some, if I try to move this down this way, there's no points here that's going to hold this area in place. So let me go to my layers, and I want to hide this stuff so you can really see what I'm talking about. Okay. So right in here, if I try to take this and pull it, all that's going to happen is that I need some more points right here that's going to keep this in place. So I need to put a point right here and here and here and here. So what I did was I used my pen tool and I put a point in these four places to hold that in place. Using my direct selection tool, I drag a selection around these points, click, then hold shift, and I can move it down like that. And I don't mind that little dip, but I can take that away in a second. So drag a selection, hold my mouse, hold shift, and drag down. Now with this little dip, I can choose to either keep that little dip or go to my pen tool, and once I have this thing highlighted, I can remove the dip like that. I'll do it again. The pen, make sure this is selected with my direct selection tool, click my pen tool, put my mouse over it, and it turns into a minus, and I can remove that point. If I want the direct selection tool, I want this to be a little thicker, I can select both these points by holding shift, use my up arrow, and extend this line. Now I gotta figure out what the
That's like the wings, but in little.
huh?
It's
Little?
like the
Oh, the
wings.
same thing?
Yeah, but in little.
All right, so let's say it's like this but smaller, right? So what I'll do is I'll select this with my black arrow tool, double click on the scale tool. I'll click preview, and on uniform scale, I'm going to bring this value down. I'm going to use my arrow key, and maybe, what do you think, about that big? Yeah. All right, so once I get it to about 45%, I'll press copy. And then I can take that and, oops, let me lock this. Okay, so I'll select that, move it into place, and then fill that maybe with, actually we're not gonna fill it because I'm gonna show you how we can do this. All right, so kind of looks like an airplane, right? Okay, now we're gonna make this into one shape. Basically, if I look at my layers palette, I have one, I'm gonna unlock, I have 1, 2, 3 shapes, 3 individual shapes. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna select all the shapes, and I want you guys to look at me too. So I'm selecting all the shapes, and I'm gonna use a tool called the Shape Builder tool. And this is the Shape Builder tool. And when I move my mouse over this information, it shows me shaded in areas. The cool thing about this tool is that when I click and drag across, it makes all the areas connect. And then voila. It's magic. No, it's a plane. And so basically, that is my plane all set up. I can go in and modify by, let's say, if I want this to be a little closer, or for instance, I don't like this kind of dolphin tail that it made. So what I'll do is I'll use my pen tool to take away that point, take away that point, and then maybe I want this to be a little bit more tapered in. So I'll do this, and I'll say 1, and come here, and 1, something like that. Okay, and then if I want that to be longer or shorter or whatever, or maybe this is too far back, I select both of them by holding Shift. And do something like this. Maybe something like that. Okay. And so that's my little plane icon. This is the circle. And with my plane icon, I can take this thing and say, actually unlock the circle, select both of those guys, center and center, and then I'm going to take this guy, double click on my scale tool, and I'm going to make this, let's say, at 100%. And then I'm going to use my down arrow just to kind of bring this down in size. And I'll say about 80%. And I kind of like that. And I'll press OK. This stroke is 20 point. So let me see how much stroke this is. This is 8 point, so maybe I'll increase that to 15. Okay. And now for both of these, I'm going to fill with actually, not fill, but a stroke color. It's not going to be pure white. It'll be kind of like a white, like a grayish kind of color. And you can't see it because it's on white right now, but it's there. But I can select that, do a Command G to group. So that's like edit group. And then, or it's object group, sorry. Command G, object group. And then I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to edit, copy. I'm going to go back to my magazine, edit, paste, and then use shift to scale down. And this will be my little icon. Okay. And if I wanted to, I could take down the stroke size, like maybe to 8. Oh, well, a little bit more. 3, 2. So 2 stroke size is good, whatever. And so that could be my my little icon for Sky Magazine. Looks like a little dolphin, but it's my dolphin. Again, to recap, this is something that you can do even if you do not know how to draw. You're using basic shapes, and then you're using what's called the Shape Builder tool to kind of connect those shapes. Just knowing how to use a direct selection tool to modify little points helps you, and it goes a long way on creating individual things. Sometimes you want to create little characters and stuff like that. You don't need to have a lot of drawing skills to do that. All you need to do is start with a shape. And even with this tool here called the curvature tool, you can take the curvature tool and start to modify certain things, and you can add points, you know, and basically you can really kind of do whatever you want with these things, right? Imagine this was going to be like some kind of funky text for a music festival or something like that. And now you created your own M, you know? And then you can kind of like go through and create your own letters for certain things.
How do you group that?
How do you ungroup?
No.
How did I group it?
Yes.
Select them both together, and then you go to Object, Group. Sound good? And so that's how you create a quick icon.